All right, welcome back to Fresno Forward. I'm your host, Brock Tatum, and with us now is a special guest. Her name is Tara Hamilton, and she's the owner of Revive Cafe, Fresno's first and only raw vegan cafe serving fresh organic fruit daily. So everybody, let's give her a round of applause and welcome Tara in.
Thanks for having me.
You're kind of like a pioneer with
I am.
The first and only raw vegan cafe.
That's right, and in a city like Fresno, right? We've got the highest rates of obesity, and here we are starting a new trend.
Well, that's good for you. I'm glad somebody's starting it. Now, you're over there near the Ironbird Lofts. That's where the Revive Cafe is. And I've eaten there a few times, and I really enjoyed it. There's a good atmosphere. It's fun in there. It's got kind of an open kitchen. And, you're there and you've got plenty of information. If anybody's got questions, you're answering questions for people. So it's really friendly. And the portions were a good size, and it was inexpensive, and I felt really good coming out of there. It was kind of different, you come out of a Jack in the Box or a Taco Bell, you feel differently than when you come out of Revive Cafe. So I thought that was great, enjoyed that. Now, can you explain kind of what raw food is? I mean, I've heard that different temperatures the food must be cooked under to be considered raw food. Can you kind of
So a lot of people think that raw food simply means that we're going to munch on a carrot or we're going to munch on celery, and all people eat some raw food. I mean, when you eat a salad, that's raw. But when we talk about raw, I brought you a slice of our pecan pie we're teaching on our show. And so this is raw. And typically in a pecan pie, you have milk, you have eggs, you have lots of sugar, and things like that.
That's good.
Does it taste like a pecan pie?
Did you say the secret ingredient was maple syrup?
We did, and so what we used for our sweetener on that, the pecans actually have a slightly mapley flavor, and the filling is actually made of pecans, it's made of bananas, it's made of raisins, and a bit of maple syrup.
Yeah, well, it tastes great. You sure this is healthy to eat?
Okay? And that's my point. Raw food really means healthy food. And you can easily consume your 5 fruits and vegetables every single day by eating raw. And the temperature is 118 degrees. We don't want to heat our food past that. That doesn't mean that in the dehydrator we never turn it past that, but we don't want the internal temperature of our food to reach past 118 because it starts to break down the nutritional value. And as an organic farmer, we grow the food with love. And we certainly don't want to cook all the nutrition out of it after taking so long to grow it.
Right. Now, is eating a raw food diet like a fad diet like Atkins, or is it different than
Well,
that?
really, raw food is a lifestyle. It's not a fad diet. For some people it is. Some people, they kind of try raw food, they go real heavy on the nuts or something like that, and they say, okay, I can't do this. What we encourage people to do is do it as a lifestyle. If you could eat 51% raw in your diet, you would keep free radicals at bay, which means cancer, stroke, diabetes, fibromyalgia, all these things would not affect you. And so that's a wonderful thing. And of course, some people say, well, I'm vegetarian, I'm very, very healthy. I know a lot of vegetarians, and they eat Doritos.
Yeah.
And they eat Twinkies. They don't eat vegetables at all. They eat a lot of pasta and things like that. Raw foodist eats a lot of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, and legumes. Now, how can that be unhealthy?
Yeah, and it makes you feel good too when you've got it. So. And
it's very high in energy. So, like you said, when you eat at Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, afterwards you feel heavy, and you feel kind of tired.
And you want to go to sleep.
You want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And whereas what we do, there's 2 different kinds of receptors in your stomach. One is a density receptor, tells you when your stomach is full. And the other is a nutrition receptor. So I don't know if you've experienced this, but I certainly did. I would eat my food, and after I ate, my brain would say, but you need something more. So I thought, well, maybe I want something salty. Let's try some chips. Or maybe I'm looking for dessert. Let's try chocolate. No, that didn't quite hit the spot. And there's this constant, what do I want? When really your brain is saying, you didn't send me any nutrition, hello. Stomach receptor is full, you filled me up, but there was no nutrition in what you ate. And it's because we've started to get so far away from organic farming that even when you are eating fruits and vegetables, the nutrition density is so low. And then if you take that apple and you cook it into an apple pie, now it really had no nutrition in it.
Yeah. Now, for those out there who are primarily concerned with weight loss, is eating raw food, does that help you balance your weight, fairly easily?
Norman Walker said that if you were on a raw food diet, and this was back early 1900s, you could just throw out your scale. And I truly believe that. I noticed that I've lost a little bit of weight, not that I was like very heavy to start with.
Right.
But we have a raw food challenge, 30 days, and it starts at the first of every single month. And we have amazing success stories. That this last month, Marla was doing it, and she had to take 5 shots for her diabetes every single day. And when she went back to the doctor, she wasn't taking any shots, and he looked at her chart, and he looked at her, and he said, "Are you sure that this is you? Like, this is you?"
Wow.
He couldn't believe her figures. She'd lost weight. Her skin is glowing. She just looks amazing. She feels fantastic. And so definitely, it's going to help you with weight loss. It's going to help you with your skin. It's going to help you with your emotions. There's nothing that it won't help you with.
Now, you're also teaching some raw food classes.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. We teach a free raw food class every week at our cafe, a Sunday at 1 until the end of the year, and then we're going to change the time, Sundays for a different time as of January. But we also have a show, and it's on KGMC, Wednesdays at 4. We take 1 or 2 of the recipes that we make during our class, and we put it on air. So this week it's going to be a pecan pie. And this Sunday, we're going to teach how to make the pecan pie at the class, and we always teach you how to make an entree. And so we're going to teach you how to make soup. We're going to teach you how to make a coconut curry soup, and then we're going to teach you how to make a lentil soup. And the lentils are cooked, but then you fold in all kinds of raw veggies. So it's not, okay, it's winter time, I'm not going to get any warm food. We actually do warm our food. But it's not that you heat the food so hot that it would burn your mouth,
Right.
and then you wait for it to cool down. You're just warming it up so it's nice and comforting.
It sounds good. I'm all in favor of this. Now, you've also got a CSA.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about how that works?
Sure. We work along with other organic farmers as well, Smith Family Farms, KMK Farms, we've got TD Willie, things like that, and our own farm. And we have a website, wholefarmsexpress.com, or you just go to Organic Fresno, and you select what you want. And then we go ahead and we deliver it to you, or you can pick it up at our cafe. So you get to select exactly what you want. We also have juicers boxes or juicers bags, and they're $20. And inside there is no vegetable or fruit that you cannot juice. So, for example, we wouldn't give you green beans because you can't really juice green beans, or eggplant. We wouldn't give you that.
Yeah, I've got a friend who was doing the juice routine, and he got, I think, a couple bags from you, and he was just surprised at the quality, how good it was.
Yes.
For the price. So it just seemed, like great to him. He was really happy to have found you guys.
Yes, and you get, right now, we've got apples and pears and oranges and all kinds of delicious fruit, persimmons, things like that in season, and they're great for juicing. Absolutely wonderful.
And I mean, a lot of people, when they are trying to get into maybe making a raw food recipe, and sometimes the ingredients just don't sound like something they've heard of before, and they're having a hard time finding it. I mean, do you carry a lot of ingredients at Revive that people can pick up?
Everything we sell at the market is basically for the raw food diet.
Okay.
So we sell all kinds of raw nuts, we sell raw fruits, and we sell raw superfoods. So yes, if you've seen something in a recipe, you don't know where to get it, call our cafe. People say, well, where do I get cacao powder? We sell cacao powder. Where do I get raw extra virgin coconut oil?
Got it all there.
We sell it. And so you can come in, you can grab it, and if you want, you can taste it. For example, these are kale chips, and we season them. We don't use any nutritional yeast on them. But instead of eating Doritos, we suggest that you eat kale chips.
Yeah, no, I'd never even heard of this until I came in to Revive, and these are my new favorite.
Aren't they amazing?
Yeah, these kale chips are great.
So when you think of kale, this is a lot of kale. Looks like a small serving, but it dehydrates down. And so you certainly can eat your 5 fruits and vegetables.
There's a lot of flavor there, too. So, you can have just a little piece, and it lasts, a
long time.
Right.
And then these are our fruit roll-ups. You see them, and we always think that they're a no-no. We actually took our plums and our nectarines. We simply food processed them, added cinnamon, and then we dehydrated them. And so I know my 3-year-old, she says to me, I hate vegetables. But she'll eat these things.
Yeah.
She loves them. And so, this is another thing. So when I'm on the road, I take my kale chips, I take my fruit roll-ups, I take my juices, my smoothies, and water. And I'm set to go. Like whether I'm going to L.A. or San Francisco, it really stops the resistance of going to McDonald's or Taco Bell.
Right, yeah, because that can really be a downfall in the weekend, when you give in just for convenience,
Yes.
So a little planning ahead really helps out, I think.
It does, and then you don't feel so bad, because if you feel great all week and then on the weekend you feel lousy, then your
Right.
immune system is suppressed. Like right now, you notice, when does flu season start? Right around Halloween, and when does it end? Well, beginning of March. right after Valentine's Day. So when we consume lots of processed sugars, which is in all of our food, then it suppresses our immune system, so we get sick faster.
Yeah, wow, I've never put it together like that before, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Tara, for coming in tonight. We really appreciate it. Everybody get down to Revive Cafe and check out their website, organicfresno.com, because the CSA, the community-sponsored agriculture that they're doing is just outstanding, and it's really what the Fresno community needs.
Well, thank you for putting on this great show. I learned about the gift economy from one of the
Right,
shows.
all right,
I was
thank
really
you. That's
excited
great.
about that, so you're doing a great job.
Yeah, we're helping each other out.
That's right. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks, everybody. We'll be back next with James McCrae.